fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the yellow correct you. Use the youth, the money, waste no must a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above me look him, I got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me
300% raise.
It burn me
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me
I see corruption face.
It burn me
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in a whatever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the jerk man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stibby dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them and she come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Sorry about last night. Me lay down, I watch Context Matters, and my father sleep. Sorry. But protest has started in Nigeria in the bottom, we don't know on the screen, maybe for right hand. We'll keep an eye. These are live images coming out of Nigeria. We'll keep an eye on what is going on in Nigeria. But day one protest started yesterday. There was quite massive crowds across different places in Nigeria. The police and the army have started their assault on the people by firing tear gas at them and all of that. But we'll watch how it unfolds. During the Kenyan protests, we heard the chant, "We are peaceful." The Nigerians started with their chant, "We are hungry." But on Wednesday, when Jamaicans took to the street for their own purposes, their chant was, "We are happy." Good morning and welcome to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters and trolls. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm just pulling up more than one screen from different parts of Nigeria. Just bear with me. I'll be with you soon. I just want to have different angle. But how no do all on there? How all on no do? You know, just bear with me, bear with. Okay. Right. Debbie Jarvis, TV. Good morning. And welcome, Natalia Freeman. Good morning. I'm gonna bear with me, a bit sluggish today. EM, Sunshine. Abenasa Cody, RJ. Jason Kane, Herbert Tuzelin, Sharon Bernard, Paula Shelley, Joan Bailey, Mary Messenger TV, Miranda Roddock, Browse, JamaicanTV.com, Monica Hawthorne, Paula Shelley, yes, Althea, Ransford McLean, Don Fox, Millicent Jones, Mel. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. As I said, we are keeping an eye on multiple screen of what's going on in Nigeria, but I want to show you this quickly. All of the protests, the police and the army is really babysitting the people. Because Tinubu is in such fear, Amanda Williton, Vernon Adams rather. Tinubu is in such fear, so the military and the police is rammed quite tightly into all of the protest scene. Rammed very tightly, and they have started from yesterday agitating the people. But a focal point of the protest, which, let me turn this down a bit, which I'm keeping my eye on, is the Lekki toll gate. During the SARS, the SARS was a protest to end police brutality in Nigeria. And what they did then, they blocked off the Lekki toll gate. That was the showdown, the center for that protest. Once the Lekki toll gate is closed off, that sends shockwaves of traffic across the country. Yesterday as well, there was an attempt to close off City Gate. City Gate is the entrance to Abuja. But it's developing. The people are serious. Sways of crowd in Abuja and Lagos and other places yesterday, but it is really building up. The young people of Africa is saying enough is enough. Beat and teach Wagwan, Miranda Raddock. Donette, how you do? But we'll keep an eye on what is going on in Nigeria while we are here. There are several broadcasters who are putting out image. It expected to turn nasty, Marcia Stewart, Sharon Peart. It expected to turn nasty as the agitators have already started agitating the people, and the people are determined that they need a revolution in Nigeria. We hope it doesn't break down into anarchy, but we hope the people stand firm against the government. Murdo, see we nice Jamaica, when we talk about now, emancipation. Emancipation, they say. Everybody was celebrating emancipation yesterday. Even the dunce rasta them as well, who think they are the most Pan-Africanists amongst us. How much do you celebrate the nonsense of yesterday? Emancipation, proclamation. Leave the emancipation out of it. Proclamation. Proclamation. Leave the emancipation out of it. The proclamation. What are the legal force behind a proclamation? Is it legally binding? Johnny, how are you? Violet Watson, Yvonne Johnson. Is there a legal force behind a proclamation? Can proclamation be enforced in law is the question. Come to my understanding or when we learn, not quite so. It's just an announcement. Anybody can get up out of their bed and make an announcement. It was an announcement. So how then do we have any legal footing in the whole of our reparation saga when one of the things you're going to rely on is a proclamation which have no legal force? It's not legally binding on the system. It's just a public announcement by a heads of authority or those in power. So if we know the sinting them, where we are celebrate them, attach them to things where them want we feel look down the road there. But emancipation can only be about the mind. Nobody can emancipate you. And that's the misunderstanding we're having with these lion story, what them are telling. Nobody can emancipate you. Emancipation is about a state of mind. So when they come out and declare the emancipation proclamation, whatever, it's just making fool of those who they didn't allow at the time to engage their system of knowledge, or you call it the education system. So they can just walk and tell us anything. But should we really be celebrating these meaningless things? Can we spend money upon them too, you know? Because coming up, we're going to big grand gala and all sort of malas around the country spending load of taxpayers' money upon just word and phrase we don't have meaning. Words or phrase that doesn't have meaning. Emancipation. We don't emancipated. We have not designed our education system. We have not have a spiritual system or a religious system of our own. So emancipation cannot be achieved just on those two bases. When you pray to somebody else's God and somebody else is taking you through the knowledge system, just on those two bases alone, the emancipation thing is null and void. The emancipation argument, just on those two things alone, don't look at any other thing outside of religion and education. Once somebody else is feeding your mind with what they want to feed your mind with, how can we be emancipated if it's not something that you have to do on your own? So we must stop spending money on these holy pan nonsense and useless galanging that doesn't serve our purpose, but only takes more out of us. Then we move on to the even duller part called independence. Independence. We're not even going to even talk about the sovereignty Walla Walla right now. Let's deal with the independence first. What makes a country independent? In today's modern understanding, what makes a country independent? The first thing that that country will need is a governance structure. You know, the three arms of the Constitution: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. What is the second thing they would need? They would need a strong and vibrant economy. With a strong and vibrant economy, you create and modernize your political system. From that, you design your agencies that will develop the society, that independent society you want. So once you have a good economy, you're going to build up a decent, a very good military as well. Your education system, you're going to build it to the greatest. Your healthcare system, you're going to build it to the greatest. And you're going to make sure you have a 200-year plan of infrastructure design and development. That's how you build an independent society. You don't build an independent, you walk and talk, say you're independent every day, you get up and walk and bar and beg, and get up and swear to so and so. How long are we going to walk around with these don't make sense, sinting them, and still I walk and teach it to a new generation, and then, hey, we expect to come out of the miry claim? Pamela Akola. We expect to come out of it when we're still walking around teaching the same madness every day. We need to teach our people and let them know we are at a great economic disadvantage. And we must fight and struggle to achieve economic independence. The independence you hear they swung around and swirl around and talk about in 1962. Who did they hand over the economy to when they were walking away? Was it not the Jews, the Lebanese, the Indian, the Chinese? Did Jamaica get a part of the economy of Jamaica? Asking yourself the question when I talk about independence. How much power does the 98% of African descent holds in Jamaica? Aren't we the orange economy higgler class? Independent of spending your money with European, Chinese, Lebanese, and all sorts of needs. That is what we call independence in Jamaica, you know. What we call emancipation is rejigging around the vice grip. Take it off of the hand and foot, put it on the mind and in the pocket. And we walk and talk so we're free. And nowhere we don't have any economic power, wherever we are as Black people. We run go spend with everybody. We buy the nicest and the most expensive things, but we buy them from everybody. And then we walk around and we talk about emancipation, independence. We cannot continue to teach freedom morning. We can't continue to teach something that don't make sense. We cannot continue to teach something that doesn't serve our spirit. It is not working. We have not advanced. We don't hold any power in Jamaica. This is why the rewriting of the Constitution does not involve us. Well, go on, Karen, how you do? That is why the rewriting of the Constitution doesn't involve us. Our voice doesn't really matter. That's not how Constitution goes. Constitution is about the people, what the people want. So if the people leading the commission don't have for interest at heart and only have for them bureaucratic interests and them power structure interests, which would make them hold more power over us than what we the people hold over them, we cannot go along with such a reform that doesn't pay attention to what we're asking about the Privy Council versus the CCJ and the executive president versus the ceremonial president. If our views are not heard in that, then we shouldn't vote for it. Even though it's at a stalemate at the moment. It's like it just did it for the sake of it, because as Bruce Golden said, he's a hypocrite when it comes to the executive and saying the president. Because the whole of them know how much power they want, them quite happy with the executive president because that gives the corrupt prime minister the power that he wants. Whereas if we have an executive president, the prime minister power will be limited when it comes to international issue. They would just run the domestic issue. I want to go to the dirty BBC for a while, the British Broadcasting Corporation. Born in criminally aligned BBC. I know the first in the tweet. The BBC have a classic way of protecting pedophiles and child molesters. It is not the first the BBC has done it. Last year, July, this Hugh Edwards is the voice and the face of the BBC when it comes to big national events. Whether be it's the death of the Queen, the coronation of Charles, the Armistice Day broadcasts, and all of these big national broadcasts that the BBC would have done. This is the face and the voice you would have seen. If you watch the 10 o'clock BBC News at night, this is the face you would have seen until last year, July, when he surreptitiously resigned or whatever, however they want to paint it, because him depressed and him this and him that. Then the BBC knew that Hugh Edwards was arrested and charged for indecent image of children in a WhatsApp group. It took a year until Hugh Edwards pled guilty, sometime shortly gone, before everybody come out and talk about it now. It's not the first BBC done this. Jimmy Savile, there was this big scandal after the death of Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile was closely aligned to the BBC, was closely aligned to Elizabeth, was closely aligned to Charles as well, good friends of them. And Jimmy Savile regularly abused children on the BBC premises in his dressing room. The BBC, the system, and everybody knew of him. You know, when they outed him to the public after he died. After he died, that was when they thought it was necessary to do this big brouhaha investigation. And here the BBC again is riled into another pedophile scandal, which they knew a year before us what Hugh Edwards have done. But the BBC protected Hugh Edwards. For those of you who pay your TV license to the BBC, you're paid for racists and pedophiles, all right? Following the recent trial of Vybz Kartel, you know there's going to be many debates going forward, the Privy Council versus the... Hold on, let me just bring this on screen for a while. The Privy Council versus the CCJ. So now they're saying, on the heel of this new ruling, cartel lawyers and Sean Storm lawyer, all of them lawyers have made the argument that we should keep the Privy Council. I disagree with that. While Vybz Kartel could have mounted a Privy Council case, then it is okay, given how it turned out in his case, to say we trust the Privy Council more. But how accessible, access to justice, how accessible is the Privy Council to ordinary Jamaicans who have been shafted by a corrupt Jamaican justice system? Or if we are to maintain the Privy Council, will the Privy Council be as mobile as the CCJ, or if they are not as mobile, will the Privy Council start having these cases online, which limit a lot of the money by you have funding barrister fee for your barrister travel come deal with it over here, or have a counsel over here to argue the case? If we are to keep the Privy Council, Muriel, we cannot keep such an expensive system that deters or minimizes the access to justice for the ordinary Jamaicans. So if the Privy Council, because I have argued this before, that the Privy Council have outstanding jurisprudence. Now, when we speak about jurisprudence, we're talking about the decisions, the decisions from the CCJ, and how much they take into account all the different aspects of a case that would lead them to making the right decision. JC Wagwan, I have argued for that before, that the jurisprudence of the CCJ is at a par with the Privy Council. So if the CCJ jurisprudence is trustworthy and is that respected and is cheaper, more accessible, and more mobile to the people of Jamaica, I don't see why. This is the whole emancipation. Don't cuss, Wayne, don't cuss. This is the whole emancipation effort again. Because we want to claim emancipation, but we don't even trust ourselves. Don't cuss, Wayne, don't cuss. We don't even trust ourselves to administer justice. How could you make it up? We are emancipated. Don't cuss, Wayne. Don't cuss. We are emancipated. We have not written an education system that would cater to our culture and mindset. We have not have a spiritual system that cater to the spirituality of Black people. Oh, we are emancipated. We are emancipated. But the slave masters, justice, those who burned us to the trees, those who buried us alive, the football that you love came from the white man burying the black man to his shoulder and kicking his head. Oh, yes, that football game that you love. I don't know football come. Emancipated people. Emancipated people who cannot administer justice to themselves, who does not trust themselves to administer justice. But you are emancipated, aren't you? But the slave master, that criminal, that barbarian who tied my mother to the tree and cut the baby out of him, drop woof to the ground. That barbarian who tied me to the tree and burned me while they have a picnic and a party around me. Yes, that very barbarian, justice is more adequate. But I am emancipated. Don't cuss, Wayne. Don't cuss. I am emancipated, aren't I? The slave master's justice, though, the slave master who refused to apologize, the slave master who refused to pay for his wrongs, but that same slave master paid Germany for the wrongs they did to Germany. That same slave master, which up until 2015, you were paying to the slave masters for the loss of their property, which was your forefathers and mothers. We are emancipated. We are emancipated. Justice. We are emancipated. Justice. It don't make sense. There, if we are going to take up the people them sinting, what we must aspire to is aspire to become a full British colony, where we have a minister in Westminster called in the British Parliament the Minister for the Colony of Jamaica. And that we need. We need British passport. We need British rights. And we need British economy. Why we only have British Privy Council? We have bad economy. We want British health care. We want British infrastructure. We want British road. Why is it that the Privy Council alone with it and with? They want British everything. Me want British everything. If we are going to stay with the Privy Council, make we just hand the thing back over to Britain again, make we have a British governor. The governor for Jamaica. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? This is why the Jamaica Constitution don't make any sense. Because the Jamaican judiciary is the British judiciary. Your highest court, your chief justice in Britain is your chief justice for Jamaica. No matter what hanky-panky you want to hear what they have down there. Your chief justice in Britain, your current Lord Chancellor in Britain, your current chief justice, the highest judge in the judiciary. Because if the Privy Council is your highest court, you have to adhere to the British judiciary. We are independent. So how is it that your third arm of government is controlled by the slave master, but you have a constitution, but you have an economy? You have sovereign. Call the thief in boy there. Call the sexual abuser in parliament there. Sovereignty. Sovereignty. Where is your judiciary? Where is your judiciary? If it just, I don't know what's wrong with Jamaica people. Believe you me, I really don't know what's wrong. Just continue to feed them negativity. Just continue to feed them anything you want them to believe, anything you want them to gravitate to. Just feed them. Then we accept it. Them no resist to nothing. As long as you can make them happy, me happy. Yeah. That's all them care about. Care to them happy. You know how much people, I wanna the Frankie Brewster galangin, 4 days from now. You know the amount of galangin the country go spend money pan about an independence celebration. Look at the state of us. Nobody now talk about burial, you know. You know, here's a burial stop keep. When you here's a burial stop keep. Looking at the Gleaner, if you don't see Cardi B pregnancy and divorce in a Gleaner Observer. When you see say burial now keep. Nobody now talk about Jamaica people. Even though the Jamaica people them Then run out where they go talk, oh them, me happy, me feel good, yeah man. Freedom, yeah, freedom is a must. So why do you not happy and not free? What else you no want? Hmm? Why should government do anything for you? Not happy and not free. What you want? Roman boom. I don't get Roman boom. What else you no want? Huh? Why you think government should concern when you're happy and you feel good? Why do you think government should care? Say you're happy. When your people are happy and feel good, you leave them to be happy and feel good. That's how life go. Them happy, leave them to be happy. Where don't disturb happy people. It's as simple as that. Them happy, don't disturb them. You might just spoil them joy. Hmm? You might just go spoil them joy. So young Nigerians out there say we are hungry. Young Kenyans out there say we are peaceful, but them make strong demands to the government. Them have the government confused. Young Jamaicans on Wednesday took to the street, but they said, we are happy. Free the world boss. Free the world boss. Is the world boss free in his mind though? Hmm? Is the world boss free in his mind? And can the mindset of the world boss take Gen Z forward? Can the mindset of the world boss take Gen Z into a higher spirit? Everybody over the world, dance all no good again. Dance and no dance all no go nice. Yes, that's all I don't care about. And now when I go jump out a tree, go up in a building, go climb and jump up, take black pound a hard front, light on a Maros front a fire. Oh, we've seen you all done it all before. Huh? It's not anything that you all haven't done before. So if we're not happy or not feel good, what not bother people for? Continue being happy and feel good. Me not try spoil on a joy. Happy. Me not spoil on a joy, a phone a joy. No can't stand it. This is another criminal again. 313 million. Cause when this government here figure work and dash with money, they include 20 Mitsubishi L200 pickups, 7 Toyota Hilux pickup, and 10 Kia Sorento Sport utility vehicle, SUV, whatever they call them. Don't ask me what them nonsense they mean. Because for me, gun is gun and car is car. There's no difference into them. I wonder if they ever go come, and I wonder how much they cost. I wonder if them are going to come, and I wonder how much they cost. But that is not the wonder. The wonder is, I wonder when you call them, after these 40 additional vehicle come, or strong, how much does anyone know? All right, let we do it by parish, because we don't have the time to do it by police station. Divide 40 by 14. Come on, make case. I can get by my calculator, me the great old duns. 40 divided by 14. So we have to see how much we can spread over our parish. You see the problem is now 2.8. What that mean, 2.85, whatever, me not understand. So should we round it off to say 3 per parish? That wouldn't be a correct maths, would it? 3 times 14. Okay, we could round it off to about 3, because 3 times 14 is 42. So when you take Kingston and St. Andrew into one, we could have said, well then, you could have put 5 into 4 or 5 into Kingston and St. Andrew, and then the rest of parish get 3 each. No, sir. I hold them the 3 vehicle. You can't share Horace. Bar a few of Darrell Vaz bus, and not upper bus Darrell get with you. This will not do a lot. If you are to do it in a distribution, parish-wise, across the board, it's not much of a help and support when each parish only go get about 3 vehicles. That's not a lot of boost to what them have now. It not gonna make any difference to when you call them tell you, say, we don't have a vehicle, or we service vehicle broke down, or we service vehicle gone out upon a mission. When you think about how much police district within a parish, Black River have a police station, Junction or Pedro Plain have a police station, Balaclava, Santa Cruz, Magati. So how you would answer share how 4 vehicles would be operationally sensible to assist all these different, and there would be more that me no member, all these different police districts in that parish. So you used to say, I know nothing will really make no, but then again, listen to JLP, Max. Make me remind you why JLP can't get it right when they speak.
Ramon Fisher, who is unavailable, absent, I appeal for this opportunity to greet you today at the 2023 graduation at this School of Excellence. Graduation is a milestone of all levels. For the reason, I feel truly honored to be here at all wonderful occasion, annual graduation ceremony at the Old Harbour Primary School Institute of Excellence. It is great joy. I am here today to assure you all graduates that I know you face a rough task throughout your preparation, your primary school year, especially during the pandemic, and with all the preparation for PEP. But I have no doubt the series of scare events you endure during the period has only made you stronger and more resilient for the road.
So that was Councillor Resilient. So given that reading you heard or presentation you heard, it shows you that there's no think tank mentality there. There's no exploring of ideas or thinking of ideas or strategy of how things could work. So you see the reasonability when them sit down to say, now, how much vehicle can we put into the system operationally to really make it work, to alleviate the barriers that prevent the officers from going around the country doing their job. You would have that conversation amongst your technocrat, bureaucrats, and what's it rats. You would have that conversation. But then you would also have your accounts and finance team who would be doing their wriggles and jiggles and twaddles to tell you how much it will cost and, you know, all that jazz. But then, if these are the people that sit in there, whoopsie, there's it.
Would you repeat what you were saying?
Mr. McKenzie is suggesting that there's a certain level of partisanry on the part of how you allocate certain benefits at the municipal level.
Mr. McKenzie cannot come to this. on this platform and say this is like that. What I have done is what he was practicing when he was the mayor. When he was the mayor and he gets the funding from the ministry, he shares it in a 50, 100% basis. He gives the JLP 50% and they take 100%. And it is evident right now that is exactly what I'm doing.
Hold on. That math's not sound right. If you get $100 million, you take 100% and get the PNP 50.
Get half of it.
No, that's not. No. Something
that's what he was doing.
No, but you can't have 150% or something, sir. How much would he take and how much would he give the PNP?
If he gets $10 to share for the councillors.
Yes.
If the PMT would get 100 or $50 out of $10, and the JLP will get $25.
Oh, hold on. Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Arithmetic not right. You get $10. You get
all right. Let me break it.
So you get $10 to spend, right? Total.
And the JLP get $5.
50%, yes?
Yes.
And the PNP and the JLP and the PNP would get how much?
The PNP gets, whenever time the PNP gets any money, whether $20 or $10, if they get $20, the JLP get $10.
Oh, so
if they get $10, the JLP get $5.
So it's 50-50 share it?
Right.
Oh.
Now, this was a boardroom meeting to decide, bringing in all the different teams to find out how we are going to put this together. Now, here is the accountant and the finance team in the meeting, fast asleep, but at the end when they were called upon, suddenly wake up, not knowing what was going on, not knowing what they were and then is very confused by even the amount of vehicle they need, how much it would cost, what's the percentage. Hey, those are they which controls your central and local government. I don't expect it to work. Do you know the Mayor Max was voted back in? Mayor Max in the local government election just gone. Retained his seat. I don't think he's the mayor again. I'm not sure. Beaton Teacher, are you here? But he win back his seat. I don't know about Mayor Relizent. Don't sure about Mayor Relizent. Mystic Raindrop TV, how are you? Welcome. Don't know about Mayor Relizent. Councillor Relizent, rather. But Mayor Max is back in local government. That Mayor Max, who live on a dirt track road, but can control the minds of the people with rum and boom. Emancipation. And then still in this independent emancipated brouhaha, everybody is going to wheel and twirl and dance when they hear, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, while none but us can free our mind. The second sentence is not understood. While none but us can free our mind. That sentence, that sentence is still not, and left if I will confuse you, or go and try to understand it before you interact with it. But you can't just interact with it and you don't understand it, and you just walk around. Browser has lost connection with audio. I don't think it's mine. Norman, how are you? We don't understand it. And we still get up every day and talk about the same thing. what we don't understand. Young Nigerians are out in their forces across Nigeria. William Ruto have, is it this Thursday? They're going to turn up the pressure. No, next Thursday. Ruto have until next Thursday, I think. And the Kenyans are going to turn up the pressure again. Because I think at the moment the Kenyans are only protesting 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. The ultimatum for Ruto to go still stands. And the Kenyans are going to turn up the pressure on Ruto. He's running wild, doing all sort of meeting. On the other hand, Britain is a kicking gas canister going down the road that could explode at any time. Following the murder of those children on Monday that sparked many riots and demonstrations across Britain, mainstream media, white media, now got telling us that Britain is a gas canister at the moment that could explode at any time. How well it's managed by the government and the police, we will see. We will see how it will pan out. But Britain is a kicking gas canister at the moment. There's riots and demonstration just sparking up and down the country since the incident of Monday. What makes it dangerous? There's a race and religious attachment to it. It is not just like a riot against the government, it's rioting against race and religion, and it could turn nasty because the charge is led by a very racist group, the English Defence League. So Britain is a gas canister, even though you hear them not talk about it, that could really explode at any time. Because since Monday, even yesterday, the docile mimic of Tony Blair, Keir Starmer, former director of prosecution, had to come to the nation yesterday and make a emergency statement. But as I don't listen to Downing Street nor Westminster and their shed loads of lies and propaganda, I'm watching to see how the police commanders across the country is going to contain what is going on. Because I'm sure one of the things they knew they cannot control is an outright outburst across the country. In 2011, it was quite a nasty one. This one would be more worse because you'll have different fractions going. Whereas that one in 2011 was everybody of all race and color was going after the police. This one will be races against each other, cultures against each other, the police and them. So if not controlled, Britain could turn chaotic. The British them don't want it too much on the media, but trust me, it's happening. It is happening across the country. But let us listen in to Nigeria for a bit. Until the people of Jamaica get into the mindset where they understand, I hope you can hear me, where they understand that the people holds the power for the country. And if you do not take back your power from the government, all that will happen, you will lose more of your power. This is to inspire the younger generation of Jamaica to stand up for their rights and to take back their country, because the more docile, the more we're going to lose. Let's listen in for a while. Okay, you say you're hearing me, but you're not hearing the video. Let me refresh this thing. That's how they behave sometime. Um, Hold on, let me try bring it back in again. Let me know. Can you hear the video now? Let me know if there's no sound. Oh, okay. This is how these videos stay at times, but we will keep. Oh, no, they are here. Okay, hold on there. Understand? I'm not hearing you. I just want to inspire young Jamaicans to really take a stand and really take up the front and protect them right.
Yes, I want the situation.
Especially
Wait, officer, 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 hey.
I don't know if it's just tear gas they're firing or they're firing live rounds. But what is going on in Nigeria is going to turn nasty quite soon because the police and military are out in their force to agitate the people.
You have seen it.
And therefore,
You have seen it.
it will go. It will turn lawless soon, I do believe. Because the people are not planning to back down. And Tinubu's plan is to crush them. So at least 3 killed as protests erupt across Nigeria. So at least 3 people are killed already. I want to try and look on YouTube to see if I find anything that's going on at the toll gate at the moment or city gate.
See, one of the put them go up.
Oh, before you go land,
Before you go land, you don't need the second one. When you put them straight, before you go land, that second one never turn it. You make one, put it up. Before you go down, the second one already.
Sorry.
Let me update the figures for you. It's actually 13 people already dead since the protest started.
And you guys are supposed to give us journalists. Are you sure these people are going to give us? What are we saying? What matters is
Tens of thousands will come out tomorrow. And that is why, comrades, we are appealing to you. Now, the place of discussion leadership has had at different levels. Now, we go to Ojota, then by tomorrow, we go to Alausa.
Me have a bit and teeth, but me can't read them fine writing here, you know. But me have it though. Let me know if you've lost the the audio, please. Can you still hear the video? If you can't, I will have to reshare it again. Can you hear the video? They have magnifying glass. So you let me reshare it again, the audio phones. Let me know if it's come back now. Turn your microphone on. But verify on what's going on in Nigeria. Oh, you're not even.
Hey! Hey!
Seen it. You have seen it. You have seen it.
That is not our government or stupid government. Do something about it. We are pushing out the war. We are going to war like this. But the time you will not like it. You want there before. No.
The drone age has begun in the large-scale military online action game Warzone. Take out recon.
See, one of the put them up. Before you go land, you don't need the second one. When you put them straight, before you go land, that second one never connects. You make one, put them up. Before you go down, the second one already.
Sorry.
Won't get it.
Are you guys supposed to give us journalists? Are you sure these people are going to give us?
Them come and never allow anybody to trigger them. If someone must trigger you, then you should be triggered to do what is right. Because there was a popular quote that said that a good dancer should know when to leave the stage. Because when you stay for too long, then you render your dancing useless. My call for them is to remain calm to day-to-day activities to see what next the step that the government will take.
We are monitoring the situation and will keep you posted as the updates unfold. It's back to you in the studio.
Still the live coverage of the August protests live from nation's capital. We have our colleagues in Lagos as well. We will take over now.
I mean, I love the comment of that gentleman.
Right.
We've not withdrawn from the protests. We've only withdrawn from the streets.
Meaning if you don't see them on the streets, don't think we're out of the woods.
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
all right. So definitely we have a packed show as usual, and I'm going to be introducing some of our guests. We have.
Sorry, how important is this protest to you? Yeah, it's totally important. It's very important. It's the most important thing right now, because as you can see, the hardship in Nigeria is extremely high. People are literally committing suicide because they cannot afford to feed their families. They cannot afford to, provide for themselves. People are dying in hospitals because there's no bed space. They don't even have bed space in hospitals in Lagos to accommodate people, right? So it's very important at this particular time. The cost of doing business is extremely high. Students are dropping out of school because there's been extreme, fee hike. It's unbearable. So that's why this protest is totally and it's utmostly important right now.
Do you think this protest will push the hand of government to effect the changes that you're demanding?
Yeah, we're here to force them. We're here to force them because we're not leaving the streets until they, attend to our demands. Until our demands are met, we're not leaving the streets. So it's definite that they are going to be forced, to do what we want, what the people want, what the people of Nigeria, coming together, no party, no tribe, no religion, coming united. Even some of the people that voted for this government, they're here, they're around us.
And no tribe.
What would a victory mean to you and to all other Nigerians?
Victory will mean ending bad governance. Like we have our demands, we have things that we're not just rabble rousers, we're not noisemakers, we're not touts, we're responsible Nigerians, we're intellectuals. We have our demands. We are saying we want a new people-centered constitution in Nigeria that would allow for Nigerians to have a referendum to vote on key issues. That is democracy. We are saying that we want to reduce the cost of governance in Nigeria. We are saying that we want to put a permanent end to bad governance. We are saying that we want good schools. We are saying, very importantly, that we want all public office holders. That would be a key victory for us. When all politicians in Nigeria register their children in public schools. That's what we want, part of our demands. We also want the politicians in Nigeria to use only public hospitals, and we want to put an end to medical tourism, and so on and so forth. Our demands are out there. If you go to endbadgovernance.nigeria.com, you can reach through all of our demands. And until the government does it on quarter of the resources we have. So many countries across the world, they don't have good sunlight. They have earthquake. But what we have, the natural disaster that we have, is the leaders in Nigeria, and we are not going to stop until we end bad governance in Nigeria.
In addition to what my brother has said, I don't discover that our leaders have been dripping us. It says that they want to feed us. They don't want us to be well-fed, so they can manipulate us. Then the system have been manipulated, and I'm just especially in this country, they want it to be fed, but not well-fed, so they can manipulate us. We are in that system now. When we are making noise, they just keep us. school last one, the 60,000 for 3 years. Come on, to law school. The one to come out,
Ṣé bóyá ìjáde tẹ jáde ó máa jẹ́ kí ìjọba change mind ara wọn láti ṣe.
The challenge is that of whether or not we saw it coming. I like something that you said the other time when you talked about the fact that people could buy some things a little while ago, but now it's a little different. The costs, are different. There are those who would remember that even as far back as the 70s, they started talking about things being difficult, and it's really dramatic. What will they say if they were alive now? But let me ask Mr. Dapo Akinyoshun, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, also joining us here in this conversation. Mr. Akinyoshun, I'm pretty sure that you've been observing things from before yesterday up until this moment. What's your general assessment of what's gone on so far?
Well, I'll take off from something Mr. Abushe said earlier. And he said, what are the lessons we have learned? I think one of the lessons we can learn clearly from this is that when we have a rapid protest, organizers of protests should also be a bit more organized in the way we do things. Because we start it, but we're not able to control how it goes out of hand. And whilst our objectives may be noble in going out, while we want to make ourselves heard, we need to get government to listen to us. A situation where it gets out of hand, is overrun by miscreants, is a serious cause for concern and worry. Because it leads to massive destruction and looting, and you saw what happened in Kano yesterday. We can see what is going on in some parts of the country. I think that as organizers of protests, we also need to begin to take some of these things a bit more serious. When we started, we should be able to think it through and have means of putting it into control and curbing. I do recall that somebody mentioned, I think it was Ebun Adigboro ICN, who said that I think one day of protest is good. If we do one day, it's a warning shot. We cannot.
What are we saying?
Is there a point where Jamaicans are really going to get to the state where they become that serious about a better Jamaica? Because if we're not serious about it, it's never going to happen. A better Jamaica depends on us.
Tens of thousands will come out.
But you know me depend overtime and I do more than me time. But I'm going to keep look up on the street. Now keep eye on what's going on in Nigeria throughout the day. If there are signs of things breaking down, I will definitely, this is one of the toll road where them want to block off as well. But it's not yet quite built up there. But it's 10 days of it. And so far, this is day 2. It doesn't look pretty. We hope it doesn't break down into all-out lawlessness, but we also hope that the government listen to the demands of the people and also meet the demands of the people. Did I have any more? On this slide. But thank you all for being here this morning, this afternoon. I hope you can join us later for our next broadcast. I want to thank you all very much. And we're saying good morning from Global Television. Or if you don't want to watch it, I can leave it running and go and do my thing. Let me know what you want to do. Let me know to speak fast. Speak fast. Oh.